here we are for the last time of tonight after this bit longer break because, as you may know, we still have those issues with the spectator. I mean, the issues just got worse, essentially, with the spectator mode you mentioned earlier, Freshtana. So we are still waiting on the replay of this game between Red Lions and Stabil, which is why we made the break a little longer. But we've had a super eventful day up to now, Freshtana. We've had some banger games up to now. Maybe we can actually take a look very quickly at the schedule. Why not, in order to kind of refresh our memory on what happened up to now. We had Royal Family Esports, who took a win versus News Esports in the first game of tonight, and it was one of these bloody games that we've seen a lot from Royal Family, but they still took the win in the end, of course.
Yeah, and then we had Hitmon Lee, who couldn't win against Red Lion, who kind of showed us a new face, you could say, with Eto now on a engaged support with Nautilus. Then, of course, we saw that Waze is beatable, and Snooze kind of won against them and a really, really good win. And then now we have Red Lion against Stabil. And this game kind of decides if Red Lion still has a chance to not play relegation, or if Stabil now wins, then they are pretty much out of concern. They are just placing fourth and will not play relegation. So for Red Lion, it's a really, really important day, because if they win now, they at least tie them, and then of course it all depends on the last match, where on the last match day, where then Red Lion would play Waze and Stabil will play Royal Fam, and maybe both just lose, and then we have tiebreakers. So definitely an important thing then, but because if Stabil just wins now, it's over and there is no chance for Red Lion anymore.
Yeah, indeed. So quite a lot riding for them on this game. If they would like to still be in the race here, or not be in the race, but rather escape, let's say, the race for the two teams who might want to get those spots for the next season. So they definitely need to prepare. But what we've seen from them up to now today was really good, and there as well we had this increase. They play a lot around Zeki. It's been great, but the rest of the team has also been able to pull through in the last few matches where Zeki was shut down very often from the enemies. So we'll have to see how that goes versus Stabil today, and maybe in order to once again get reminded what those teams are all about, we can take a look again at their interview videos, starting off with Red Lions interview video. Maybe that puts you back into what you're gonna see next. Greetings and welcome all to the Post Esports Masters Season 5. Spring comes in early this year as the competition prepares for quite a few changes. We're excited to dive into this season with our new lineup of games, as we're traveling new tracks and bring back old gold. This year, teams signed the limelight of the Post Esports Masters, with League of Legends and Rocket League coming back from a more or less distant past, and with our newest edition, Valorant. For each game, everything starts with their qualifiers, played in a Swiss tournament system, resulting in 12 teams for League of Legends and Valorant and 16 teams for Rocket League to lock in their spot for the regular season. This year, the competition will house more teams than ever before, and to accommodate that, we've decided to introduce 2 divisions. In each division, teams will face off in a double round-robin format over the course of 4 weeks, with set game days on Tuesdays and Thursdays for the first division. There, only the top teams will be paving their way towards playoffs and get a shot at the big finale later in the year, while the lower teams will tread shakier grounds as they will face the top 2 teams of the second division to defend their spot for the next season of the Post Esports Masters. All these teams will of course be competing to get their fair share of a total prize pool of €20,000. So sign up now on postesportsmasters.lu. Now, that was quite the familiar situation that we've had here, but still worthwhile, because now you even have been reminded of what this is all about to get into the big finals. 3 teams already confirmed, of course, and for the 2 lower teams to get out of maybe relegation for the Div 2 teams. Anyways, this time around, for real, the Red Lions interview video.
We signed up because we are searching for competition, and the PM offers us that competition that we need.
Hello, I'm Dorian Henry, I'm 23 and I'm French. My in-game name is Bausier.
I'm Théo Prieur, I'm a French player, and my game name is Amaterasu.
Hello, I'm Steven Pinto, I'm from France, I'm 21 years old and I play IDC for the team Red Lions under the nickname Ziki.
I am Eline Michel, my name in-game is Eto or Ren Lazy Girl. I'm 22 and I am from Belgium.
It was pretty normal, I guess. Some games was really easy to play, some was more difficult, but overall it was a good performance by us, so we are good. Honestly, maybe the first of the first division, but I think with more training we can hit a game on them. So pretty not afraid by everyone, yeah. Maybe our third game. It was pretty close and we managed to win the fight and end the game like it was in 50 minutes. It was a pretty hard game, so yeah. Just play for 30 minutes in practice tool, farming and managing to hit combos. Honestly, we wasn't prepared. Our first game was the first game of the PUM. We managed to win pretty easily. It was a stomp, so it was nice. But yeah, we'll change more in the future. I would offer money to my family, like gift or something, and with other things maybe, I don't really know. Maybe when some guys won't listen to me, maybe. Okay. Yeah, a lot. I play like Fortnite, CSGO, Dead by Daylight or other game like horror games. Maybe handball. Yeah, handball is good, and music, like DJ and all. Yeah, lions are hungry.
There you have it, a Red Alliance fighting on against Stabil in the next matchup in order to avoid relegations, hopefully, especially with Thursday they still need to perform, but we'll see how that goes. Now let's take a look at their opponent's interview video. We'll have Stabil's video play now.
They should still watch out for our team and they should be prepared.
Well, I'm excited to be part of this, and I hope we get to the stage where we play on the stage and meet very good teams. Hello, I'm Joe, I'm 22, coming from the north of Luxembourg, from Winsela, and I'm mid laner for team STBL.
I'm Thomas Marcus, coming from Beringen. I'm 22 years old and I am jungle for team STBL.
I am Ricardo Oliveira Fernandez, I'm from Gilsdorf, and I'm the substitute and all-rounder from STBL.
So a friend of ours who already played once with another team proposed to play as our friend group, and as we have a relatively big friend group who plays League of Legends, we sat together and we said, yeah, let's do it, why not try it when we play in our free time. We started with 3 wins. The first loss was against the best team, I think, Snooze Esports, were pretty good. And the second ones were the second place, Pirate Bay. So I think for the first time playing as a team, it was very good. I wouldn't say afraid, because it's always a nice challenge to have someone being better than you, to look up to, and to have a great fight against them, maybe on the stage.
In my opinion, I definitely have to go for our team. And from our team, I would It's kind of difficult. Either Slakas or I would even say Jo.
Oh.
No, you think Rampage, but I think you. Slakas is a very competent jungler, noticed it immediately. He has very good shot calling and also has very good fundamentals of the game. With Jo, his ability to adapt to pretty much any situation is what makes him very special and very threatening in our team.
Since we have 2 players from Germany we didn't know for a long time, we just started playing flex queue and had some scrims against other teams, also from Luxembourg, but there wasn't a big preparation for the game. Maybe invest into next year to compete again, get the organization growing bigger, and maybe go to vacation.
When I know that I got completely outclassed by someone else because of my own fault, that I didn't practice enough or that I didn't prepare well enough.
Now for me personally it's losing games that are definitely winnable, or like very long games, like 70, 80 minutes, and then you lose, just feels like a time waste. Well, I'm a very passionate volleyball player. If I had to choose between league and volleyball, I would definitely go for volleyball. Also, the same thing as in league, it's a team game. You have to rely on your teammates. You have to be a strong force, work together to achieve your goals. So.
Yes, there you have it, Stabil, the team that will be going up against a Red Alliance in the match just now. And you saw player Exton Joe, who is one of the 3 MVP nominees for Week 3, notably for his stellar performance on the Tristana mid. There you see their whole roster with their subs as well, but overall a very, very solid roster. Stabil, one of these teams that is mainly composed of Luxembourgish players here at the Post Esports Masters First Division, which is personally, as a Luxembourger, always very nice to see those local players decide to team up with friends and take a chance at the challenge. And I mean, they're doing pretty well overall, still currently in the 4th position. Of course, they need to win this game if they want to make sure to avoid relegations. But I know that Red Lions is definitely out for blood here.
Yep. They are pretty safe if they just win now, but if they drop it, then at least it gets a little bit spicy. Then we will see next Thursday if they can secure 4th playoff or not. So definitely a really important match day for both of them, and especially for Red Lions now. I think it was a good thing that they won their first game today, just for this big boost in confidence. They won against a team which they lost before, and they won against a decent team, but of course not one of the stronger ones. And I think that definitely boosts such a team, especially I think that the performance from Tantra Rookie on the Niederli might give him maybe even the edge. I mean, it's still hard to win against Stabil, and I think even like the first game between those 2 teams ended in Stabil's win. So with that in mind, it may take something to take them down, but especially after today's performance, Red Lions look strong. So I'm confident that they might sneak a win here.
Yeah, definitely. I just decided to go check out on the results screenshot they sent from the previous game to have it fresh in my mind. I mean, it was a bloodbath against Hitmonlee. Hitmonlee also bit back quite well. I mean, there were moments where you thought, okay, they're going to turn it all around now. They're going to come back. They got those team fights that they win, but no, Red Lions was able to pull it through in the end. And I mean, you had 36k damage output from Ziki on this Kai'Sa. He won 16-4-12, which is like, he did so many kills. It's completely insane. And overall, the way they spread the kills, you had the 2 main carries that got all the kills. It was Ziki on the Kai'Sa, it was Thunder Rookie on the Nidalee. Amaterasu on his Galio didn't have a single kill, but he had 24 assists, which is so much. He always found the proper engages. He always came in clutch so often with the hero's entrance as well on this Galio. And of course, Eto on that Nautilus on the super aggressive melee kind of engage support, which definitely did God's work to find proper engages as well. Like, they pulled through as a team overall really well, and I think that's huge for the morale going into this game.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that they have pretty decent chances if they just go for Nautilus, for example, again. I mean, Eto kind of always looked good, you could say, because, of course, in those good games with Seki Seri, for example, the support usually looks good as well. But especially this time, if you just see the replay of the level 2 play, for example, Eto just went in, got the level 2, got the stuns, got the hooks. So I think, especially if they can keep that up, it looks really good for the Red Lion. Of course, one strong side of Stabil is the bot lane, especially with Rampage, GG on Trigger Happy. And I mean, Trigger Happy is such a big star in our league. I mean, he played way back then in our finals team from Outplayed, I assume, and then they lost to the Red Lions, but still Trigger Happy was in this big squad, right? So he is a really strong support, and definitely Rampage GG on his Smolder always surprised me, for example. So we might see a big bot lane battle there with Seki and Rampage.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be one hell of a clash on the bot lane. But you cannot underestimate the rest of the players. I mean, you have also Xtenjo for Stabil, who had a stellar performance, I said earlier, on that Tristana, which gave him this nomination for the MVP award. And Amaterasu did also pull his weight definitely in the last game on that Galio. Now, of course, a very different pick than what we... I mean, we didn't see that much Galio here, if I recall correctly. We have a lot of variety actually on the mid lane, now that I think about it, in this season of Aussie Esports Masters.
Yeah, definitely. Plenty. We had plenty of those Assassins picks. We had some Syntras, some Orianas. So, and of course the Karma. So we had a mix of most champions, you could say. Even some ADCs like the Tristana picks from Bashil, I'm sorry. And yeah. So there's definitely a lot of flexibility right now. And if we do a little callback to the series, to the last game from Stabil and Red Lion, we had this really cool matchup, Kled against Ione top lane. I mean, Broza is a big Kled player, it's his most played champion. And then I Maxax with his 6-1-6 Ione just kind of cracked down in the team from Red Lion. So maybe we see something around this ballpark. And of course, we had Rampage GG on his Smolder, so we might not see that again, which could be really interesting because it was kind of a stomp. It was 13k gold in the end, 25-9. So Red Lions definitely need to show us that they can compete with Stabil to get out of relegation. And but it's a tough pill to swallow.
Yeah, but it is now or never, and we'll see in a bit how they decide to approach this situation, because I'm being told that we're ready to go into Champ Select. So let's see what both teams decide to pick here.
Perfect. There it is, Red Lion against Stabil. And this time, of course, Red Lion on the blue side against Stabil on the red side. Last time it was vice versa. Stabil on blue, and they won on blue. So maybe blue side is just stronger. We will see it. Anyway, last time they banned Vibrant and Braum, for example, and then Seri, Lilia, and Lucian. That was the two rotations from both teams. At least the early rotations, I believe. So, but of course, it's still the Seri, which makes sense. But the Kalista sneaks in.
Cesaris was definitely a must ban at that point against the Red Lions. Nobody wants to go up against Seki Seri. Even Royal Family wouldn't want that. Take the risk, because he is just such a monster on that champion.
Definitely. Brent banned. I think we saw plenty of Brent jungle picks actually, and the Red Lion banned the Brent in their last series against them as well. Actually, the Yumi ban I mean, Eto played Yumi and Wayne together against Stabil, so they just don't want to see that again. And actually, Trigger Happy in the same match played the Maokai, so both sides just banned the support from the last match. So it's kind of funny that they both do this ban to each other. But of course, we saw Eto today on the Nautilus, so we might see a different kind of playstyle. And oh, that's actually crazy that that Rampage GG kind of bends away the Smolder from himself, so that there is no Smolder first pick for the Red Lions.
So they decide to go for the Azrael here, which we saw just earlier being played for. My brain just decided to shut off.
Yeah, I try to think. It was not Rakuzi, it was not Dan. So who played it?
It was Rakuzi.
It was in our last. No. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was, but not in the first series, but in the second.
Yeah. But, my brain just shut down suddenly. It was like, yes, you saw this already today. Nope.
Yeah. I had Rakuzi with the Yasuo in mind, but of course it was the first game and not the second game. Ash Brown in the amazing bot lane, just to throw your champions, a lot of slows, a lot of stuns, playing against a poke lane, Karma Ezreal, and especially Braum usually likes hard engage, likes to get engaged because then he can just stun the target, and of course blocks a lot of the shield with the shield. But against Ezreal and Karma, usually those lane bullies like Lulu, like Karma work really well into the Braum because you can just poke him down, and even his shield doesn't really do much in those poke scenarios. But if Karma gets just CC'd once by Braum, they can might just run them down. So it's still playing with fire there, but they know what they do. And of course, Sing Sao got locked resort on Camille Borel. Really amazing pick. In the end, they lost with Sing Sao, but still is a good one. And Lydia got picked up actually, and she was banned actually last time in this series between those two teams. And this time she is a ban, so this time she's picked, so that's an interesting turn of events, and now we might see some top lane bans.
Yes, indeed, because those are still open. We have the Ornn ban already coming in from Stabil. The only ban from Red Alliance.
Yeah, and I like that because Axax for me was the MVP of the series last time with his 6-1 and 6 Yone. So they don't want to face it, and actually the other team don't want to face the Kled, which was picked up as well. So both teams kind of ban out the support matchup, now ban out the top lane matchup. It's kind of funny.
Yeah, it seems like they're in agreement on what they should be banning in terms of position very often here. And the Trundle ban, the last ban. We now have the second picking phase coming in, starting off with Stabil. Will be getting the counter pick at the end as well.
Yeah, first of all, I need to plan pick something. There's the Aatrox. So now Rosa could counter pick something. I mean, there is the opportunity to play Olaf again, for example, but no, he just goes for the Mordekaiser instead. Kind of a skill matchup, like Olaf would have been, but Mordekaiser a little bit more lane bully in the early game, and definitely a matchup where he can win it. And there's actually a Galio, the second Galio of the day, with now Red Lions picking it for Amaterasu.
Yeah, quite a few recurring champs here today, huh?
Definitely. And on
not
the other
very
side,
creative.
I mean, but where? I mean, oh, that could be Aatrox mid lane, and then Vayne as a counter pick to the Mordekaiser.
Top lane.
Oh no, or it could be, I don't know if you saw it, there was a time where Caps played in Fnatic, and then there was this moment where the enemy team picked Galio, and then there's a really famous voice comp where Caps in the champ select just says, yeah, give me Vayne, and everybody looks at him, why Vayne, and he actually gets the Vayne, and they win against Misfits, which is ridiculous. This Caps Vayne mid lane against Galio. So we might either see that or the Aatrox mid lane and then the Vayne against the Mordekaiser, because a lot of ranged champions right now are pretty busted on top lane, so either that or the Vayne in the mid lane. It's really crazy.
Well, I think we won't be guessing for very long how that goes, or at least I hope so. I believe the game is also over, and I think it should be ready for us to head right into the Summoner's Rift, not the Summoner's Gift, the Summoner's Rift for the fourth and final game of tonight, Red Lions versus Stabil. Here we go. As the champions decide to appear in the fountain, Red Lions on the blue side versus Stabil on the red side here.
And it's Extenjo with the Vayne mid lane. That's so crazy, actually, as a Galio counterpick. I mean, worked out in the ADC, so why not working out in PostTV Spot Masters, right? It's a really creative counterpick, actually. And because every time he tries to taunt you, he can just either dash out or E him away. Then there's, of course, the stash against the Galio dash, for example. So plenty of sidestep opportunities with Vayne, plenty of outplaying stuff. So Extenjo, and we saw it. He's one of our MVP candidates. So he is a really, really strong player. So Stabil definitely are in good hands with this Vayne mid lane pick.
Yeah, most definitely should be able to know what he's doing. No fancy start for either team here, as everybody just spreads along the river. We'll have a classic, calm League of Legends game start. But Stabil here waiting quite far ahead, maybe hoping to... No. They're not hoping on anything.
No, he goes in, but instantly gets auto-attacked. He was in range of the Galio auto-attack. Shouldn't really happen. He needs to, of course, kite him and always outrange him, but he will do it later on. But that's the power, of course, range versus melee. You can just play it really aggressively because you probably get more auto attacks in than your opponent who can't connect. Oh, you can. So there's the silver bullets, of course, 3 stacks with a lot of damage.
HTB has bot lane quite aggressive very early on here. They got the level 2 like barely a bit earlier to get some nice damage out.
Ja.
Poke.
Nimm Mantra Qs. Dealing tons of damage.
Tons of damage.
Tons.
And then, yeah, coming out of those mega bloodbaths we've had up to now, this looks like a puppy walk in the park.
Yeah. No kill until minute 3.
What a shame!
Must be a slow game, indeed. Yeah, I mean, at the moment, even the gold is even. I mean, we saw a 3k gold after 7 minutes by, I think it was Snooze. No, it was. Oh shit! No, it was. Yeah, I can't remember anyway. But there was this. Oh, was it Red Lions against Symphony?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, the 7 minutes 3k gold. Yeah, that was crazy. But this time there's none of this stuff happening. They just play it cleanly and slow. Nobody really backported yet, so all are still on their first back. Oh, but that could be actually a diving opportunity. There's just no stacked wave, which means that Linear can't really go for the dive, but now Tontroy Rookie in the mid lane, probably just for the poke.
Do you look up that the taunt is not gonna hit? Saxon just stays in safe position, pops to goes as Slakers is just around the corner, comes in towards Amaterasu. Tundra Rookie decide to go back in, hoping to get a kill on Extenjo. Luckily, Ito came in from the bot lane, could change the tides. Yes, Thunderuki getting really low, goes on to Jinzhou, takes the kill but dies at the hands of Slakers in the end. 1-1.
And this 1-1 actually is fine for both sides because both get one kill on the jungler. Oh, that's a big flash actually. Flash and cleanse there got used in the bot lane, but of course they used 3 summoner spells for that, so Noda needs to make it worth because otherwise they lost more than they got. And now this mid lane play Lakers is just this tiny wee bit too deep. Baits in Xtenjo, and with that they trade 1-for-1. But Xtenjo especially played it really aggressively with the ghost running in, trying to get the kill. And in the end, he dropped a little bit too low, and then this little sidestep forward killed him in the end.
Yeah, top we have the 1v1 solo bolo initiated by Maxax, but quickly he is forced to fall back, flashes away, Bowser flashes in towards him to maybe secure the kill as Thunderuki now comes in to finish off the Aatrox player, or at least that might be his hope. World End is a prog as Maxax hits level 6, but no, it's not enough to let him get the kill, and it gets really close still.
Yeah, that was a really close one, especially with the World Runner, which increases healing and stuff from all sources. So after that, he is a pretty beefy boy actually if he gets some more Qs in. But now in the end he just dies, and in the meantime there's this cross-map play now from Slakers, who tries to punish this top lane gank with a Drake for its own. And actually we have a spectate bug, if you can see it in the top.
Yeah.
It says 6 Void Crux for Red Lions, of course. At most it could have been 3, so 6 is a little bit too much. But that's just a spectate. You can, I mean, it's hard for Riot to program that correctly. And of course, it's just the first one, and now it actually resets. It's 1 Void Crux at the moment for Red Lions, and now with the mid lane prio, Gali moves towards them. They probably get all 3.
Yes, they should be in the pocket. In the meantime, Slakers decides to go for a bot lane gank here. Hits the E. Of course, he's not level 6 here, so no lilting lullaby. With the CC of a Trigger Happy's passive, they do get the kill on Ato. The stack is also proc on Zeki, and with the damage, that's a double kill for Rampage.
Yeah, and like I said, usually poke.
Oh, Xtenjo has to be careful here. Gets engaged by Thunderuki. Up, nice dodge, gets taunted, however, has to be careful, but still is close enough to the turret to play it safe. Get some nice damage here out on Amaterasu.
Yeah, he tried it. But there we can see glimpses of this matchup.
Ooh, the top lane 1v1 again, huge shield coming in for Bowser. To get it out of the turret, Max Axon tries to find purchase, procs the Walden and picks up the kill on the Mordekaiser player.
Yeah, he wanted to take him in the death run, but he couldn't do it. And with that, it marked the end of Bowser there. In the top lane, well played by Maxax, who again is winning this top lane 1v1 by those 2 top laners. Last time he won it as Yon against Kled, this time as Aatrox against Mordekaiser. And like I wanted to say, poke usually is good against Braum because he cannot really do something against it. But if he connects those Qs and if they connect those slows, then the poke lane doesn't really get away from them. So, and I wonder why Red Lion is not playing this aggressive game style with Kaiser, with Nautilus. I mean, it worked so well against Hitmonlee. Now they go back into those old Enchanter lanes, and at least at the moment, it looks not as good as their first game.
He's having a rough time to find proper footing in this game here. It's currently Stabil leads with a 1k gold lead in terms of objectives. Red Lions did get the Void Grubs, Stabil did get the Drake, so let's say they're even on that front. They have to be careful because Rampage GG is starting to ramp up on those kills. Already 2-0 here.
It's a tough one.
Mid lane, susses Tundra Rookie out. Have to be careful. Excellent Joe gets not out of the taunt range. Now Tundra Rookie. No. He's not able to get in range in time. No, he goes in, is able to find a purchase. Knockup is out, but we have the little lullaby falling in, and Rampant GG coming in from the bot lane. He'll be here to pick up the scraps. Excellent Joe does fall, but so does Tundra Rookie and Amaterasu. In the end, resulting in a 2-1 for Stabil.
Both sides, you can see Creed for some of those kills. I mean, especially Joe just stayed for a little bit too much. Then Amaterasu could just flash auto attack him. But after that, they just overstayed because the bot lane Rampage GG and Trigger Happy was just on the way. So both sides just played a little bit too overconfident and get punished for that. And with that, we still have not the biggest lead, just 1k at the moment. But it looks like Stabil might clutch a win out of there. And Joe just with this little dash forward into the wind, it becomes lightning, and then of course again just with this little auto attack too much for Amaterasu, then after that to kill it. But of course it was worth in the end for Joe because his team got 2. Oh! What a kill there.
Yeah, we just saw the end of it, but looks like the solo bolo has changed to be into Bowser's favor here. Well, Maxax won the first one, second one goes to the Mordekaiser player of Red Lions.
Well played there by Bowser. Just this flashed in Q, and I wanted to say that he might losing this matchup, but with the bolo, he kinda proves me wrong.
Tundra Rookie finds the purchase here on Trigger Happy. 2 people taunted. Slakers has to wait on the cooldowns because before he can do much. Enchanted Arrow doesn't hit anybody. Trigger Happy is forced to use a Glacier Fish, but that's a lot of damage falling out onto Tundra Rookie, who's forced to ultimate himself out. Slakers flashes out, is able to survive. Excellent Joe picks up the first kill on the enemy jungler. Amaterasu between Trigger Happy and Excellent Joe has to suffer all the damage coming out from that Vayne player, while Leto is able to get to safety under that tier 1.
Yeah, and first I did not thought that they have enough damage. The Vayne did not look too strong, but after she popped the final hour, they kinda got 2 kills out of there. So well played by Joe, and he gets so much attention by Tundra Rookie and by Amaterasu, but it doesn't really help. This Vayne still has a farm lead, now even with 3 assists and 2 kills, probably has tons of gold. So at the moment, this Vayne last pick worked out wonders for Stabil.
Yes, so we have the replay. You can see there is this bit messy. Slakers has to run around. We have skill shots not hitting, but you can see X and Joe still going in very aggressively. Deals so much damage. Has to be careful, of course, because of the Sinzao ultimate. Very nice taunts from Amaterasu, but it's unfortunately not enough. And in the meantime, Slakers is able to push Eto away, force her to get out of the fight a bit.
Yeah, you could have saw how hard it is for the Vayne. She always needed to get into the ultimate of Sinzao to even deal damage, and then just got knocked out for the first time, and then knocked out for the second time, and always needing to dash in just to do some damage. It was kind of hard, but in the end, of course, she got 2. And in the meantime, I mean, just look at Slakers, just look at Rampage GG, you 2 German boys of this Luxembourgish squad with perfect scores right now. Have a lot of gold, have a lot of pressure on their neck, but they might carry this game.
Very nice taunt coming in, but it's a bit too late. That Eto and Todoroki join in. Amaterasu is gonna die at the hands of Exton Joe on his Vayne as he keeps on pushing. Letting Lullaby is gonna put the support of Red Lions to sleep as Slakers is able to pick up that kill. They keep going in. Trigger Happy has to be careful, getting really low. He has Ziggy picks up the kill, going over the Dragon Wall, and he picks up the shot on Exton Joe as well. It's a 3v2 situation now between Red Lions and Stabil. 3v1 as they pick up another kill and turn the tides in their favor here.
And to be honest, whoever hit this blast cone, that was a big mistake. I mean, they just turned around after that. It looked so bad in the start of the fight, but because of this knockup, they actually killed them all, and now we just see this first kill on Amaterasu, and then they chased down Eto and even got her, and then I mean it's just a 3v2, right? And then they even get the stun, but this activation from Trigger Happy onto the Plascon just splitted all of them and gave Seki enough time to get those stacks, to get those damage in, and in the end he collected so much gold. That was really insanely played by Todoroki and by Seki.
So that puts a Red Lions back into the race here. They've got all the Void Grubs. Stabil got the 2 Drakes for now. In terms of objective, both teams are rather tight. A 1.5k gold lead for Stabil, however, is what puts them in a slightly more comfortable position here.
Yeah, I don't want. That was maybe the comeback Red Lion needed, especially on Seki with those 2 kills. Like we always tell you guys, Seki is the big carry of Red Lions. So he really needs those kills in the early game to get those items and maybe carry his team to victory.
Amaterasu gets interrupted here, gets a torn out with Glacier Fissure. Might not escape. Oh, he does.
Really close, but in the end it's enough. X and Joe can't collect this next kill, but they probably can't collect the Herald because of course Amaterasu was too low and Todoroki cannot contest it 1v4, right? So, but they tried to do the crossbar play on Rampage, and she actually has this big shutdown. So maybe if they can connect on him, but there comes a teleport play flash. That looks good
for it, but Maxax now TP'd on the turret, so they have to be careful. Trigger Happy coming down from the mid lane together with Slakers and Exton Joe. They need to get out of this position really fast as Maxax goes in with the World Ender. Aether forced to flash away. And that's enough for Red Lions to get out of this complicated situation. Todoroki was backing, decides to go in for the kill onto Maxax, but will most probably not escape this. Maybe with the hero's entrance can survive a bit longer. Now it's Amaterasu in the middle of the players of Stabil who is to survive it. No, he doesn't. Rampage picks up that kill. In the meantime, top lane Bowser goes for the cross map play onto this turret. Will he take it down though?
Yeah, probably has enough time. There are no teleports, so that should be the first turret of the game. But it's so sad for Amaterasu. He just wanted to help. He just wanted to jump in as the hero, but in the end just dies for that play. It's kind of sad that he kind of gets baited by Todoroki in the end. But I mean, with this first turret, that's plenty of gold now into the pockets of Rosa. But here again, this play, this over-chasement from Maxax, who almost dies after that to Todoroki, but he cannot he can actually get this kill, but after that he's just way too far into enemy's base and then even baits Amaterasu in. So in the end, just 2 easy kills there, and Rampage GG now with 4 kills, with 550 gold onto its head as a bounty. So this Ash is actually big.
Yeah, starting to get real huge, becomes a real threat. Didn't die a single time yet, so that's also to be considered. And also something that might be worth noting, Slakers with 11 kill participation overall here on 12 total kills for STBL. That's huge as well.
Yeah, really big. There you can see the big focal point. He is the guy who this team kind of plays around, or at least with the big plays. But also, I mean, Todoroki 7 out of 8. So also both junglers with a big kill participation, actually. Oh no, that could be the solo bowler in the mid lane.
Lullaby comes in, but he's able to get away with the E in time. Todoroki now joining in, goes all in onto X and Joe. 2-shot barrage to get some more damage onto Slakers as Amaterasu gets back in, but they have to be careful. Trigger Happy came from the top lane. Zeki from the bot gets the shutdown on X and Joe. Slakers is forced to get back onto their turret, and so is Trigger Happy with that 1 kill for Red Alliance here.
Crazy that Amaterasu in the end even survives this play, and now they can just do the dirty work in the mid lane, just getting the second turret actually for themselves. Really good roams there by Zeki. The second time around that he gets top to that he gets in the mid lane and secures some kills for his team. Oh, almost a solo bowler top lane.
Top lane has to be careful because of the turret. Slake is now right behind Maxax. Zeki also right around the corner together with Tundra Rookie. Tensions are kind of escalating here. Both teams start agglomerating on this top side, but I don't think we'll see much action spawning from this.
The funny thing is, Zeki kind of looks like the guy who says right now, someone needs to do the dirty work, so I need to play mid lane, I need to play top lane. He is just everywhere and just tries to carry his team, and that's like the true leader of the team. I mean, we could saw it in the interview. We're good that we saw the interview actually a second time, that he doesn't like if people don't hear his call, and he's the leader of the team, so of course he is everywhere where he needs to be. And has now 2 items, actually built like tier 3 boots, which gives him some slow resistance, especially against Braum, against Ashe. They are really good. And then of course there is even those big slows from Lilia, so those slow resistant boots will keep Asriel actually alive, give him some more room to space those Aatrox Qs, for example. So I think it's a really brilliant decision by Zeki right now. And yeah, they kind of got back. I mean, it's just 1k gold in the pockets of Stabil. And we even see this full tank build by Galio. Last time we saw a Storm Surge, I guess, and later on even a Sonias, I guess. But this time it's just the full armor build.
Yeah, size gear for the full armor makes sense when you're headed against the Vayne in the mid lane, plus you have the AD carry of the enemy team that's doing quite well as well. Overall, a lot of AD on the sides of Stabil with that Aatrox as well, with only the Lilia being a heavy and dangerous source of AP damage, though. You cannot underestimate Slake's Lilia here.
No, definitely not. But of course, Lilia will never fully focus Galio there. But of course, in the long term, she will melt him if they don't play correctly front to back. Then if she can always jump in, jump out, he will probably get melted. So maybe one MR item later on could be the difference maker. Who knows? But of course, he always has this passive shield from the ultimate, right? So some AP shielding is always there as a Galio. So that's good to know. Anyway, Drake will spawn, and last time Red Lion actually secured this third Drake. So if they are faster in the rotations than Stabil, they might get their second Drake in a row, which would be huge for them, especially for the shields from Eto, because those Chemtech Drakes, of course, increase shielding power and healing power. So it would be good secure for them.
I also want to mention earlier, and then I kind of forgot this. Gotta give it to Red Lions. They were behind, and they still played this really well around the map. They took control where they could. I mean, they 2 turrets ahead. They've cleaned the whole tier 1 row of turrets, which is really great. Lilting Lullaby onto it, so you have to be careful. Flashes out of the way, but get a lot of damage from Slakers, who picks up the kill in a matter of seconds. Zeki now threatened by STBL, gets killed as well. That one goes to Rampage. In the meantime, Maxax and Tadaruki duke it out here in the river. Dax and Joe is able to get some nice damage as well. This is looking really good for Stabil as they keep on going. Now it's the Galio that's gonna fall, and they rotate immediately towards that Drake.
This Vayne is just too strong in this 1v2 to kill, and in the meantime the backline of Red Lion is just not really strong right now, so they can just get run down by Slakers, who first hit the bowler onto Eto, and in the end they even got Zeki with a really good arrow. I mean, after that there was the flash and the cleanse, but damage was done. Slakers could after that just kill Zeki with a flash by himself. So well played. There's the sleep, and of course a really good Ashe arrow there onto Zeki. who then just gets flashed on by Slakers. So, and then there's this 2v1, and they have just no damage from the Guardio, and Tundraruki cannot just one-shot this really squishy Vayne because she's just way too slippery, and because they cannot really kill her, the team fight is over before it even begun.
So now Stabil, they've got the Soul Point, they've got the Baron, they've put the gold lead back in their favor by quite a bit. They're going strong with an at least 4.5k gold lead here. Rampage GG still on a perfect KDA this game.
Yes, he does a good job right now. Definitely on a good Ashe performance. We kinda have him in mind as the big Smolder player, but also like his Varus, I guess, and of course the Ashe isn't too bad from him as well.
It's a very, very solid performance. Scuttle is picked here. Stabil looking for an engage maybe here onto Tundraruki, Glacial Fissure, and yeah, I think he's cooked here now. Maybe with the help of Ito might be able to get away, which would be quite a feat. No, he does not, and now it's Amaterasu who joined in from the top lane, who's getting called here by Stabil, who decide to go all in onto him. Slake is with the double kill. That's 2 members down for Royal Family, and with that Stabil should be able to put a large dent into their base, or their turrets.
Yeah, the big problem at the moment by Red Lion is that they kinda never group, they just get picked up one after another every single team fight. So while Stabil just groups up, just gets one catch after another, especially like they have a catch comp with the Lydia, with the Ashe.
Yeah, they keep on going, take tier 1 in the middle lane, Bowser is able to get Axed and Joe, Realm of the Dead, but yeah, dies ultimately at the hands of Vayne. It's another member down, Tundraruki is back, Amaterasu almost as well, so at least that kind of pulls the brakes for STBL, unless they find proper purchase here on Ziki. His entrance is there to dissuade them, however.
At least something, but in the end they lose a full turret. Oh no, Slakers.
Yeah, Slake is in a tough position, but in the end with the Lilting Lullaby wins enough time for his teammates to be able to pick off Tundraruki.
He wanted too much out of the situation. Thought he might catch some of them by some other will recall, but in the end all 4 just killed him there. So it's really a tough game right now for the Red Lions, and like we said, if they lose now, then all hopes and dreams of not getting relegated, not getting into relegation are over. So if they lose now, then they have to play relegation, probably really safe. So it would be a really sad moment for the Red Lions, but they still have some chances. It's just 9k gold, even though 9k are pretty much a lot of gold. So let's see if they can somehow find the comeback with Seki having now 3 items. So this Ezreal is fed, but it's a poke champion. So can he really kill them all in time? I don't know.
I wouldn't know either. That's the problem with us humans. We're not omniscient.
No, I mean, good sidestep there from Seki. Drake will spawn soon, so that would be Soul for Stabil, who got this 4th Drake, and with that the Soul Point Drake. So they can just play for Soul right now. Baron, of course, isn't up, because it got takedown prior before that by Stabil, just a few minutes ago. So just Drake is the objective right now. And Stabil, you can already see it on the map, have the pressure, have the vision, of course, just to take it now down. Tundraruki, he is on its way to steal it, but that would be a really, really big task, and he doesn't even try to. Of course, Gemtech Drake Soul isn't like the best Soul, but it's still worth something.
Still does above, and we have an engage here. Delation Fisher onto 2 people as well as Lilting Lullaby. Thunder Rookie getting really low, is not going to survive for very long as Rampage GG picks up this first kill, becoming legendary. We had a weird thing going on here, I think, from the spectator, but with Eto having some mileage here. Dunjo, in the meantime, was able to take down 2 people for Bowser and Amaterasu.
Yeah, and this last pick Vayne actually demolishes Amaterasu there in the mid lane at the moment, with really good stats, and of course with all this attention, Extenjo still reigns supreme, and now they just try to take down the last turrets, the last standing defense. Eto and Seki, 2 last survivors of Red Lion, try their best to defend this inhibitor and actually do it. I mean, that's crazy.
2-shot barrage to try and maybe hopefully get a kill, but they still had too much health.
Yeah, I really like that. I mean, Stabil just playing it clean and just don't over-forcing the inhibitor. I mean, I would probably try to get it, but I really respect the decision to just play it safe. Don't creed for the inhib. They won a team fight. They got some turrets. Just go out, spend the money. You are 11k ahead, so don't risk something if you don't need to. You know, they can just play for the Baron, and after that just finish. So I believe that was the perfect decision by Stabilo. Now they find Seki.
There's a lullaby on to Ziki. Is the prime target you'd want to get, and he dies in a matter of seconds here as the CC is just unstoppable. Bowser gets Lakers in Realm of the Dead. That's not enough as the rest of Stabil is able to push forward. Todoroki ends up dying, and so does Bowser. That's the ace for Stabil, and I believe with that, that should be the win for them as well.
And Extenjo on his last pick Vayne. It worked out. He did the caps in the end. Of course, it is not enough for playoffs, but it is enough to stick in Division 1, to not play relegation. Well played by Stabil, and sadly for Red Lion, that was their last possible chance to maybe clutch it out. They didn't, so they are probably playing relegation. And with that, GG to both teams.
Yes, GG to both teams, and indeed, with that, Stabil also solidifies their safety here to not play relegation. Now, we mentioned a little bit earlier today and through the recap video 3 nominees for the MVP award of week 3, which were Thunder Yodel of Vase Esports, Extenjo of STPL, who once again had a rather good performance, especially in the later stages of the games on that vein, and JJS for Snooze Esports. And we will unveil right now the MVP of week 3 as a Thunder Yodel of Vase Esports.
Well done by Thunder Yodel. Du need this last picture? There it is.
There we go!
The big one, the Thunder Yodel, the cannon main. An old rival, you could say, from me. I don't know. Just an amazing player, of course. And yeah, his Poppy was like game winning in the match from last week. So, and of course, he tried to do it again on the Poppy today. Didn't work out for him, but still, he's a wonderful top laner, and it's really cool to see him performing so well and getting the MVP.
Yes, and maybe before we end up for the night, we can take a final look at the leaderboards before their final for this season. After this fourth match of first match day for the 4th week, Royal Family Esports is still unbeaten, going strong, 8-0 for them at the first spot, followed up by Vase Esports, who suffered the first loss against another team in the form of Snooze Esports, who with that climbed up and secured their play in playoffs, going 5-4.
Yeah, and some funny thing and some maybe sad thing about the last match day is that there's probably nothing which can change from those 4 games. The only thing that could change is maybe who gets second and who gets third between Waze and Snooze, because if Waze loses against Red Lion and Snooze wins against Edmondi, then they are tied. But because there are no real tiebreakers and just the head-to-head, both won against each other one time. So then we will just watch who won faster, I guess. And
It's first we'll watch the last.
the last, and that's Snooze.
And that
so
would be
only,
Snooze would then.
So not only that could change, yeah, that could change. So if we actually see Waze losing and Snooze winning, then we might still have a little change with Snooze getting second. But besides that, Edmondi cannot get out of relegation, as same as Red Lion. Royal Fan will always stay in the first position, even if they lose two times in a row, right? So, and the funny thing about that, I mean, I said the sad thing about it because nothing will change, but the funny thing is, maybe we see some funny picks because of that. Maybe some teams just decide to, okay, it doesn't matter. Maybe Royal Fan just decides to, okay, just do whatever. I mean, that could be funny, right? But maybe they just make it real competition and just go undefeated. I mean, that's also the idea, just to stomp all of them away, right? So who knows what will happen in the end on Thursday.
Yeah, in the end, we will still have those games, and I wish for everybody to come back on Thursday and watch the last game day of the regular season here at the Post Esports Masters, a League of Legends competition. And next week we will also be back, so note that in your calendars as well, in order to do the relegation games. We will be doing that in collaboration with Nocturnal, who followed the second division. So definitely tune in for that next week. Now, without any further ado, in the name of Post, I would like to thank the sponsors of the Post Esports Masters, namely Samsung, Kia, and Plume. On a personal note, I would like to thank everybody for tuning in, the players for participating, and everybody working on the production for giving us such a wonderful show. And I wish you all a very good night, and to see you on Thursday for the last game day of the regular season.